Welcome back to Sutton Hobby Farm. Today I'm going to walk through the weeds. This is a foraging video, but not the kind that we normally do. Normally we look for things that we think are edible. Today is not the case. I am going to show you some plants that all look alike, 3 of them to be exact. And one of them is super poisonous, so you should probably know what it looks like. It grows all over the state of Illinois and lots of other places too. So it is actually deadly to humans and other animals. So it's definitely one of those things that you should know about. Keep your animals, your pets out of it, and definitely keep the kids away from it. So I will show you them now. I have an awful lot of helpers right now. Alright, so it's gonna be a little hard to tell, so I'm gonna add some photos from the internet to kind of help me out a little bit. This here is the Queen Anne's lace, but it's super early still, so you can't really identify by the flowers right now. But the most important part here to pay attention to is the stem itself, how it is covered in hairs. So the hairs is a good sign, so this is not gonna hurt you. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a bloom here, but I'll show you in the photos. The flowers that bloom off of the Queen Anne's lace, they'll have a little teeny tiny dark purple flower in the center, and the poison hemlock does not. They are just solid white flowers. Alright, the next one, and the one that I think is probably the most easy to pick out from the 3, is the yarrow, which looks quite a bit like the Queen Anne's lace as far as the stems go and that sort of thing. But it has much narrower leaf structures, and it doesn't get nearly as tall as the others. But also hairs on the stem, solid green. And I believe the flowers are just white. I'm not sure when those come into bloom though. But also not dangerous. And that takes us to the final guy here. The one that we don't want to mess with. This is the poison hemlock. And right away you can tell the color is different in the stem. So your stem's gonna have lots of purple, little splotchy lines and dots all down it. That's your best indicator that it is the poison hemlock, is the purple all over the stems. But you can see it's got little white blooms, just like the other 2, but you're not gonna find any black spots in these, and they're kind of more individual clusters than the Queen Anne's lace. The leaves are a lot wider, and it definitely gets the tallest. So these guys are probably pushing 7 foot in some areas right now. You can see over there by the tree, they're towering up over there. But this crap grows everywhere, and it is just not safe. I've never had a reaction to it, but there's lots of cases where people break out and they get horrible blisters and burns just from touching it. So the best way to get rid of it is I just come through and I chop them. I just take a shovel and I shove it down by the stem and break them off. But it is best to do that before they start flowering. You don't want them to reseed, because then you're just fighting them more and more and more. I've wiped out quite a bit of it, but it comes back with a vengeance. It is a very invasive species. Poison hemlock. Yarrow. Queen Anne's lace. So hopefully by watching this you can kind of compare all of them and kind of tell them apart a little easier. And if you do have it growing on your property, then it is best to try to get rid of it. It may take a couple of years of chopping it over and over again before it's finally done growing. I just kind of realized what it is about a year ago, so I haven't really eradicated it yet from here. But thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.